If you were anything like me, or just thinking, man, this Mike Lee guy is meaning some business. He is not going to go away. He wants to sell the public lands. You got a home here. Welcome. State that we live in. Thank you for being here and hanging out. That's right. Got my favorite T-shirt on, my public landowner T-shirt. That's right. That's right. We are public landowners. You are public landowners. I'm a public landowner, and this is just absolutely insane. What's going on with Mike Lee? I want to back it up a little bit and just kind of give you the who's who on who's jumping on this. Now, I talk about Steve Rinella quite a bit because Steve Rinella, I think, is one of the best things to happen to our North American model and wildlife conservation here in the United States. He's changed the game when it comes to outdoor television programming. He is an author. He is researched. He is an intelligent man. So when I hear him say this public lands thing is a big deal that we need to pay attention to, I listen to Steve Rinella.
Heather Duville, if you're out there, these are the black bear shin bones for your halibut hooks. Thing two, the second thing. You might be sick of going onto social media and seeing folks imploring you to take actions in defense of our public lands. If you're sick of it, tough shit, here's another one.
Amen.
You got to take action in defense of our public lands. You might be thinking, like, why does this always come up? It always comes up because it always comes up, okay? There are people in this world who, if they look at some public land, they see a herd of pronghorn, and it's in a spot where, like, anybody could go hunt them if they had a license. There are people who look at that and they think to themselves, man, that'd be a sweet place for a parking lot, right? Yep. And they want those public lands because they want to industrialize them or develop them. These are the places where you and I hunt and fish and trap and do our activities. Okay. There are people who want that system to go away. They have stated they want our public land system to dissolve. So it's not a battle, it's just a war. It keeps coming up and keeps coming up. We just had this a few weeks ago where in Congress's version of the new budget bill, there was a measure to sell off a bunch of public land. Thankfully, that went away. Big shout out to Congressman Zinke from Montana for helping on that.
Yeah, he's still
the Senate version is out now, and there is language that would call for mandate the dumping of 200 or 300 million acres of public land, putting it up for sale to developers. Not the normal way. Not the normal way you do public land sales. Like, you might take a piece of public land that's not serving the public any good, and you might sell it and then use that money to go buy more public land. Or you might swap a piece that's not ideal for an ideal piece that would suit public access.
Amen.
That's a win. There's a process in place for that. It happens all the time. Let's pursue that process. This is basically selling off public land for not that much money in order to add it to the budget and reconciliation process. It's not benefiting public land users at all.
Nope.
A lot of times guys are like, call your senator. And sometimes I'm a little bit cynical. Like, some things aren't that way. This is that way.
Yeah, it is.
There are senators who are sitting on the fence about this. You have to call your senators and say, to get the sale of public lands out of the bill. And this is not an issue of, like, you like President Trump or you don't like President Trump. In 2016, President Trump was campaigning on, he was verbally saying, I will not sell off your public lands.
Truth.
I sat in the audience watching him give a speech.
There you go.
He said, I will not sell off your public lands.
Will not.
Okay? This is not about whether you support Trump or not. Trump hasn't come out and openly said anything about the public lands issue. But there are some senators.
Which is weird because, you know, I mean, his kid, Don Jr., it absolutely wheels off sold out outdoorsman. It's weird. I mean, maybe it's, you know, you're from the Billionaire Boys Club and it's easy for you to just go hunt anywhere you want. You don't need public lands, you do private ranches and things like that. Maybe that's the idea, but man, dude, Don Jr. needs to step up.
Some congressmen that want to do that, they need to know that that's not going to fly with hunters and anglers. This is not a referendum on Trump. Okay, this is a referendum on people
Senator Mike
from the House and Senate who are trying to dump our public lands. To resist this is not to say, I don't like anything in Trump's agenda. This is distinct. We have to get the public land sales out of the budget. Tell your senators and your congressmen, tell your senators to get it out, tell your congressmen, keep it out. And write Trump a note and say, hey man, I was so inspired when I heard you say we're not going to sell off your public lands.
He knows that.
I hope you still feel that way.
And I listened to Steve Rinella, and Steve Rinella I trust. Mostly correct. Steve is a very intelligent person, very studied person. Is mostly correct. Yeah. Mike Lee is the issue. Period. Mike Lee is the issue, and it isn't a big win, by the way. Today's news is that that it didn't make it out of the budgetary, whatever the hell, the P-Funk, the parliamentarian, can't even pronounce the damn word, said that provision needs a 60 vote. Has to hit the 60 vote threshold. Won't hit that. There's no way in hell it'll hit that. It just didn't know. And it's funny, Rhonda, that you say that it's the same people that are whining about the oil pipes in Alaska. No, everybody's on board. Everyone is. Hunters, anglers, hikers, tree huggers, mushroom hunters, like paddle boarders, off-road enthusiasts. Everyone that recreates outdoors is in on this. Doesn't matter what you hunt or not. This is the first thing that vegans and hippies and hunters all agree on. We're like, no way, you're selling our public land. You're not doing it. It's not for sale. Not an acre. So let me let me get to got a few more of the celebritas to hear from, and then we'll get to some of the nonsense that we're getting from Mike Lee, because it's just absolutely it's stupidity. So here's Cal Callahan. Here's my man from the Meat Eater crew. Wait, there we go.
Hey, gang, got an update for you. Well, Senator Mike Lee is starting to feel the heat. The collective pressure that we have all put on him is working. He's a very unpopular dude in D.C.
Yep.
He's a very unpopular dude in America right now.
Let's keep it that way.
Because, big shocker, we love our public lands.
Shocker.
Okay? You're making the phone calls. You're writing the emails. You're making the social media posts. Keep it up. You need to demand of your senators that they ask John Thune to remove public lands from the budget reconciliation process. Do not let Senator Lee pull this at the last minute and say, I'm sorry, because he's only going to do this again and again. Mike Lee doesn't get to apologize. This is his bag of shit that he brought to the table.
Get him, Cal.
He doesn't go, oops, I didn't know it was shit.
Yeah,
he's been trying this for a long
15
time.
Years.
We have got to stop it. It's only going to stop if you stand up and scream louder than ever right now. Get a hold of your senators. Tell them no compromise, no public land sales in the budget reconciliation process. We have some momentum. Keep the gas pedal down.
For sure. Okay, Cal, appreciate that. He's got a lot more to say there, but we can get back to him momentarily, because we do have Queen Bee on deck as well, and I think she's right. She says, what I love. It shows how much people really have in common when it comes to our environment and our public lands that are ours, sacred to us. This is what we do. We are the front line. Sportsmen and women in this country are the front line of conservation. We fund it. Quite literally, you're not going to sell me off that. We fund it. This is important to us. And we're going to get to some of the stupidity in D.C., the support that Mike Lee's getting by those that just want to, like he did. He, let's see, $50,000 donation he took from BlackRock. I'm sure that has nothing to do with it. Nothing at all. This is what is happening. So Mike Lee came out, Senator Mike Lee, said that this is his first, the first of the tweet here. Hunter Nation, you spoke and I'm listening. I'll be making changes in the coming days. All right. Yes. Mike Lee, a man of the hunter. What this bozo, this slappy doesn't get and understand, it's not just hunters calling you, bruh. It's not. It is, like I said, anglers, tree huggers, hikers, paddle boarders, off-road enthusiasts, mountaineers, mountain climbers, anything, name it. Some are bird watchers. They're not having this. They're not having this. Hunter Nation, I hear you. Shut up. Dude, you're not reading the room. And if you think, by the way, and we'll get to Cameron Haynes in a minute here. If you, Senator Lee, think that it's only hunters coming at you, bro, you have no idea the smoke you're about to get. When you realize how many organizations, how many groups, how many conservationists, how many hobbyists, how many people are coming against you right now. This will be, and I will guarantee it, I'll quote it right now, guys. And you know, I have a pretty good batting average and things like this. I don't just pop off things that I predict if I don't have a good vibe of it. This will be the end of his senatorial career, period. It wouldn't be surprising at all to me if he had a nice seat waiting at BlackRock on the board, or Vanguard or somebody. He's going to gobble up all these lands. So this is what he did. Let's get to here. Let's see this. Okay, that was one of his weak excuses. We'll get to the weak excuses in a minute here. Here we go. This is what he is proposing. Housing prices are crushing families and keeping young Americans from living where they grew up. We need to change it. No, we don't. We literally don't need to change that. And if you want to change it, by the way, you can do that. You can do that as a senator in so many different ways. But okay, in a virtue signal, and you're going to say this is all about public housing and affordable housing. Shut up. Here we go. Thanks to you, the American people, here's what I plan to do. In all of my wisdom and power, here's what I plan to do. I am Mike Lee. Remove all Forest Service land. We're not selling off our forests. Gee, thanks. To significantly reduce the amount of BLM land in the bill, only land within 5 miles of population centers is eligible. Let me talk about that a second. Tequila Jim was just on here. Tequila Jim, where do we dove hunt? We dove hunt within 5 miles, do we not? Do we not recreate within 5 miles of a city area? We do. A lot. We were, it's only 5 miles within, say, that's the only reason we're going to do that. BS. It's a bunch of crap. There's a bunch of, so the 5 miles thing, this goes. Establish freedom zones. If you call it love for kitten and puppy zones, the freedom zones to ensure these lands benefit American families. Bro, that is, yes. How much? A lot, buddy. I'll show you the map here in a minute. We'll get it back up. And to protect our farmers, ranchers, and recreational users, they come first. Shut up. They come first. They came first. This wouldn't even be an issue. This wouldn't even be an issue. The changes you are going to make, sir, need to be 0. 1 acre is too much. Period. 1 acre is way too much. And let me kind of back it up here. If it's about affordable housing, it's about making housing affordable. The government done screwed up housing as it is. God, my town is a mess. My town is a hot mess. My town can't stop building like these apartment complexes. It can't stop. They're everywhere. I mean, we can house the estate in just my town. So access to housing is if you want to do some sort of, I don't know, price gouging, attendance, I don't know what you would do, but you don't have to go sell out public lands to do what? To have Vanguard, to have BlackRock build houses on it that they promise, pinky swear, are going to be affordable. It's BS. Oh, we'll build apartments in the middle. Yeah. I don't know, a big old swath of desert you want to go ahead and throw affordable housing in the middle. Gee, that sounds affordable. This is so stupid. This is so dumb. And, by the way, since you, the government, shut down our entire economy for a year and a half, there's a lot of vacant land and a lot of vacant buildings right here in our cities. Don't have to touch our public lands. You don't have to touch them. There are plenty of spaces and places to build here just in the Phoenix area, here in Maricopa County, Pinal County. Yeah, oh, hell yeah. Right in the damn city. Nope. No, we're going to just keep expanding because that's the smart idea instead of just taking it reminds me of my son's high school that during COVID, they got all this COVID money and they built like some $9 million gym. It was so stupid. I mean, it's got pyrotechnics and sound system. It's like a mini NBA arena. Instead of just doing maybe like a $500,000 remodel on the old gym, like, give them $500,000 budget and just make it pop. Nope. Built a whole new one. Why don't we paint some lipstick on some of these pig buildings we have? Make them housing. So they've got plumbing. They've got utilities. They have infrastructure. They have access to buses, is what a lot of people are talking about, dear God. They have access to all that. So start there. Let's start there. And lower interest rates, you idiots. Lower interest rates. Stop all of this. So Mike Lee's just a schmuck. And then he gets, and then this is more of him not reading the room. This is more of him not reading the room. Here you go. Okay. Let me get off to the side here so you can see what this says. Okay. Some opponents, my land bill, are taking an absolutist approach, insisting that the total acreage of federal land must never diminish, even by one fraction of 1%. Isn't that funny? Isn't that cute? And even if the land in question is connected to established residential neighborhoods. Is that reasonable? Yeah. Yeah, because they're pulling this because he claims that his public land sell-off is 0.5, is basically half of 1%, 0.5%. Half of 1%. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Remember when Phoenix, or I think all of Arizona, the 1 penny grocery tax? Remember that? The 1 penny? That's 1%. People move from states to another state to save 1% in state taxes. 1% is up, but you say 1 penny. And he's talking about, oh, just a fraction of a percent. It's absurd. And by the way, y'all, I'm not alone in this. I'm not alone in this in any way. Check this out. Oh, get out of here, Mike Lee. How about this? Okay. Less than a quarter of voters in all 8 states selling national public lands. There's 11, by the way. For housing development is the best approach. Okay. So, the building more housing within close to existing communities, near jobs, roads, and transit, like I said, to about 82% on average. 82% of those states say, hell yeah, let's do that. Selling some limited areas of national public lands to develop housing in natural areas, 14%. That's like a congressional popularity rating right there. I mean, just come on. No one likes this. This literally will be the end of Mike Lee's career. And the thing that pisses me off so much is he has to be on the take. There's no way he can think this will work. There's no way. There's no way. I know he's an educated man. I just play an educated man on air here. But I know that selling off what he claims is freeway, billboard-laden, freeway adjacent, billboard-laden land that no one's going to want. He says we're going to build houses on there, and it's going to make housing prices go down. It's the dumbest. That might be the dumbest thing I heard a politician say in a long time. And trust me, I have an entire file of dumb politician things that were said. I almost went straight eye on right there. See me pull up on that. Pull up, Cougar. You're not going to make it. Sadly, it won't. He has huge money from developers. Oh yeah, he does. It'll still be like, don't matter, huge money. Jim, think about this. And I appreciate the comment, but think about this. Do you understand the backing? Let's say I had aspirations to be a senator and I lived in Utah. I would get all of our groups that watch this guy sell off their land, sell off our land. Do you know how much money and financial backing? Talk about a grassroots. You know how much money I would have backing me? It'd make developer money, make the developers blush. I'm telling you, he's pissed off everyone. It's not just hunters. He's pissed off all the environmental groups. He's pissed off all the hippies. He's pissed off all the hunters. He's pissed off everyone. And if anyone, remember how much money Sheriff Joe got from outside of the state? Because he was branded as America's toughest sheriff. So people from outside the state were funding his campaign for Maricopa County, not state of Arizona, for Maricopa County. So trust me, Mike Lee's primary opponent will be so well funded. I don't think the developers can. I don't think they can match it. I don't think they can match it. And even if so, I think that even if he does get a few acres approved in this, a few hundred acres or a few 100,000 acres or whatever it is, I don't think it's going to be anything that the developers want. So I don't think they're going to get a return on their investment. Yeah. When Jim says maybe, Tequila Jim says maybe, that's just me. He disagrees with me. But we know how often the incumbents lose. That's right. We have a 90% incumbent reelection rate in this country. I do understand that. But for the most part, and you got to think about it, we have 400 representatives and 100 senators. only a handful of them make noise. Only a handful. You think a very small percentage make noise. I would be surprised if I would even have a hard time naming 5 representatives from the state of Arizona. Like it's not easy. So what I'm saying is, you talk about the incumbents. For the most part, the incumbent reelection rate is what it is because the majority of people in Washington, D.C. that are elected representatives of we the people don't make noise. They don't make noise. They might have a little thing to celebrate here and there. Look what I brought back to the state, and that's it. But they're not like Mike Lee taking on the millions of outdoorsmen and women, the tens of millions of outdoor enthusiasts in the United States, and conservationists in the United States. You make noise like that, you are going to be in the 10% that did not get reelected, and he's going to get primaried. So I think he's going to lose in the primary. I do. I think he is. Yeah, because my guy is good. It's not yours, Chris. It's the emotional equity in voting. It's like, oh no, my guy, not my guy. I know I had the sign in the yard. No, my guy's good. My guy's totally good. So no, come on. It's just everybody else. My guy's good, and that's that incumbent reelection rate. So, but this gives them an out. So follow along with me here, Jim. Is the voters get an out? The voters can now primary Mike Lee and be like, dude, that guy done screwed up. I don't care. He hoodwinked us. He didn't tell us he was going to do this, and he sold out public land, and the entire nation hates him. So yeah, I'm not going to vote for him. I'm going to vote for somebody else. That's where I think it becomes safer. But Mike Lee is 100% not reading the room. Here's his buddies running to his defense. Let's remove that here. Oh, big, beautiful land sale. Isn't that nice? Yeah. Selling, see 0.5%. That's what I said, just 0.5%. Y'all good, right? A federal land is no threat to nature, but some in Congress want the government to keep it on. So there are idiots that are coming to Mike Lee's defense, and they are just on the take politicians. They're writing opinion pieces in the Wall Street Journal, and the problem here is that it has no threat to nature. You just made sure that after reading that subheadline, that I'm not going to read the rest of it because you have no credibility. You think selling off and developing 3.5 million acres of anything isn't going to impact nature? God, you're a special kind of stupid. And I mean a special kind of stupid. How can you... Again, it's just anything. Oh, it's an opinion piece. We can say anything we want. Yeah. That Mike Lee has supporters in this. And again, they're all on the take, and he can't prove otherwise. I would... listen, if they show me the receipts that they are 100% not on the take, I already saw the $49,000 donation to Mike Lee from BlackRock. Sorry, dude. Sorry. Show me something else then. Show me something else. Then now the campaign starts. And it started this morning, I believe, maybe yesterday-ish, when they saw Mike Lee was going to start buckling a little bit. The right is now announcing, and I mean, I'm talking about the paid talking heads, the influencers that they get big checks from these people to make their opposition look stupid. And so the campaign is out to make anyone that opposes Mike Lee's bill or Mike Lee's provisions to the reconciliation bill, make them look stupid. Okay. And later, thanks, Tequila Jim. Appreciate it. Our land is definitely not for sale. But now there's it is funded by a far left activist organization that has paid influencers to be against Mike Lee. Yeah, I told you this. Everyone is against it. Yep. Far left, far right. Everyone's against it because it's stupid. And I guess the reason why I'm thinking about this so much is because it is that stupid. This is asinine. This might be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard of. Tell banks and investment companies to release the houses they're holding at lower interest. Oh yeah, sure, yeah. Yeah, free. Why don't we do this, Mike Lee? Why don't you go ahead and how about some nice military housing? Why don't we take back China's land? Why don't we take back that land? and then build nice housing for all those military installations, all those wonderful, hardworking people around there. Yeah. Is this the same bill that'll avoid? Oh, yeah. Alfred, the thing about the bill, and I'm trying not to get political here, but the thing about the bill is that there's so many different things in it. It's hard to vote no on, right? Yeah, but it's in there. That's in the big, bad, bold, better bill, whatever the hell it's called. One big, beautiful bill, whatever. Yeah, that's what that's called. Let's get to Cameron Haynes is not too happy about this kind of thing. So let's get rid of this and go with this.
This message is for Senator Mike Lee. Mike, I know you're hell-bent on selling public land out west here, specifically the 11 states out west. Is what's at stake right now. Your proposal mentions the selling of public land, and you might say it's a small percentage. You're probably going to say it's for affordable housing, which the bill doesn't even mention affordable housing.
Nope.
So just so you know that we know how the tricks work, and you're hoping we're not going to pay attention, because I think today you tweeted or posted or did something that said you're listening to our concerns and changes are going to be made. The only change we want is every reference to public land sale be taken out of this proposal, out of the bill altogether. And anything besides that, we're not okay with.
Nope.
Even if it's 1 acre. So you'll say, well, it's 1% or something like that. Well, just so you know, if you take 1% of the millions of acres of public land, that's still the size of Connecticut.
Yes, sir.
We're not okay with that. For people out west here, which as a senator of Utah, I would think you would know your own people. But out west here, besides the home we live in and probably our immediate family, man, the mountains and public land, we care about that. We care about it a lot. We care about it so much that it might cost you your job. So are you thinking about this? Or are you just thinking about the backdoor deals you're making with your other politician buddies?
There we go.
Or how to line your own pockets?
Yeah.
Are you thinking about
our Commerce Secretary, Interior, everybody?
In the position you're in right now? Because it doesn't seem like you are. We want every reference to this taken out. And I know you've been trying to do this since you first were elected in this position 15 years ago. So I know it's a good opportune time for you, because as a Republican, I am a Republican, by the way, so this isn't a party thing. But I know as a Republican, we have the Senate, the House, and the presidency, which allows you to get a little more aggressive and push things like this through if you can. It's not going to work.
No.
We're not okay with it. Doesn't matter who you have on your side. The people that vote in America, we don't want to have anything to do with this. No reference to public land sales. And we're paying attention. So if you're listening, if you care, do the right thing. If you don't care, I guess we'll see what your changes are.
I got a big old tractor and a diesel truck, and my idea of heaven's chasing whitetail bucks. And as a country boy, you know I can survive.
He had to take the shot. Of course he had. Yeah. Lines their pockets. I do, but they don't. They can line their pockets in the other ways they did more traditionally, and not selling my public lands. So there you go. And keep in mind. So it's Lynn, we're wrapping it up, but it's okay. So but here's the gig. And this is why things like this are important to pay attention to beyond the headline. Because if you understand how politics works, and Mike Lee gets this, we're going to sell this many millions of acres, this many acres of land, right? And it's gobbled up like that. They're not stupid. They'll wait till the next election. They'll wait till after the next election to start development. So during the campaign, they can be like, hey, no, we just sold it. We just sold it. We needed some dough, and we're working through some planning stuff. But look, there's nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. Vote for me. Nothing's changed. Keep me in office. Nothing's changed. Everything's fine. And then you'll see the mess that it becomes after that election. So there's a lot to unpack there. I know there's a ton to unpack, but today is a day to today and tomorrow. Tomorrow's a light up the lines day or something like that. We're gonna get Grizz. We're gonna get back on the horn, and we're gonna get in there and start telling them this is not. You know what we should do? Yeah, we should do. Hey, tomorrow maybe we'll do this. Tomorrow maybe we'll just blow up the Senate line live. Do you guys want to do that? I think that's a hell of an idea. I think I could do it. I can patch that in and everything. All right, so I'll get my list together. That's what we're gonna do. I think it's a damn good idea. Okay, we're gonna call them live. We're gonna get some answers. I doubt any of them. Maybe we get a hold of some staffers, some chief of staff, whatever the hell it is, and yeah, maybe even tell Mike Lee, dude, you're not reading the room, bro. You're not reading the room. Yep. You're not going to listen, Lynn, because they're not going to listen. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how many people jump on board and they start seeing the live count, and we'll see if that'll help. So I will promote the hell out of that. That's what we're doing tomorrow. Got it. All right. I'm going to get the hell up out of here, guys, because weird stuff is afoot. But yes, I'm going to actually be doing a 4-part social media, little quick reels or shorts or whatever they call those damn things about each of these. Mike Lee not reading the room, Mike Lee lying about affordable health care, affordable housing. See how much we're lied to? Oh, affordable health care. What? Affordable health care? Wasn't that going to be a thing at one time? Oh, yeah, I can't get political. All right. So I am going to get up and boot, scoot, and boogie. And tomorrow we're going to do this. Tomorrow we're going to do another Go Show. We're going to do take names, brother. We're going to whoop some assets, my man. We are going to whoop some ass. Let's do it. All right. Tomorrow, that's what we're going to do on the Go Show. We're lighting up the phone lines in Washington, D.C. Oh, my God. That's going to be fun. I got the chills. I'm so excited. Oh, it's going to be good times. All right, guys. This is the Go Show. Celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state, nation, world that we live in. And remember, not 1 acre, our land, not